Joining us now for his take on the race for the White House, Nate Silver, the founder and editor-in-chief of FiveThirtyEight. Now, Nate is the ultimate political numbers cruncher. He called 49 out of 50 states in 2008, ran the table in 2012. So we're going to get your forecast now for 2016. You deal in probabilities. So what are the odds you're putting on the race right now?
So right now we have Hillary's about a 75 or an 80% favorite. We have different versions of the forecast you can look at. So here's how to think about it. We're kind of at halftime of the election right now, and she's taking a 7-point, maybe a 10-point lead into halftime. There's a lot of football left to be played, but she's ahead in almost every poll, every swing state, every national poll. Both candidates have a lot of room to grow. I mean, she's at only 43%, Trump's at 37% or so. But historically, the last candidate to blow a lead this large was in '88, when Dukakis had a big lead coming out of the spring and the summer and wound up losing, of course,
to Bush. He was up 17 points after the convention. Let's break down how you get there right now. Take a look at the electoral map, state by state. And you think there may be many more states in play than usual this year.
So one, it's been a crazy year politically. One silver lining is that we see a few more states being in play than we have in past years. For example, Arizona looks like a toss-up. Maybe Georgia, maybe Missouri, North Carolina again.
Those had been safe Republican states.
Had been safe Republican states, right? We see Arizona in particular. Several polls show Clinton either tied or a little bit ahead. Missouri less polling, but they show it very close. Likewise, if Trump gains ground on Clinton, then maybe a state like Maine used to be a swing state, not so recently.
And that's one of the states where he could win at least one electoral vote, even if he doesn't win the whole state.
If not all four.
Now, everyone's going to be a little bit skeptical this year because so few of us saw Trump coming back. In August, you said he had about a, 2% chance of getting the nomination. He got it. So what has changed? Why so confident now?
Well, for one thing, when I said 2% or 5% or 10% with different numbers, that wasn't based on looking at polls. Trump was always ahead in the polls, and one big lesson of this campaign is don't try and outthink the polls and try and outthink the American public, and Trump has never really been ahead of Clinton in the general election campaign. So he did a great job of appealing to the 40% of the GOP he had to win the election, the primary, a lot different than winning 51% of 100%.
Very quickly, what's the big X factor that could turn this around?
I mean, people were saying, well, what if you have an economic crisis, a terrorist attack? We've seen some of those, and they haven't seemed to help Trump all that much. But, you know, again, to me, it's a huge number of undecideds or third-party voters. When Clinton's at only 43%, low 40s, better than Trump, but you can't feel all that secure.
Okay, Nate Silver, thanks very much.